how random things in games can be good and bad. I'm really enjoying Let's Play videos of South Park Snow Day. I like watching them online and listening to audio clips of them while I work. And one day, while I was listening to one, I got an idea. What other games use randomness to mix things up during gameplay? I could only think of one, Battle Hunter. But if you guys know any more, please tell me in the comment section. But seeing as I needed an example of a game that uses randomness right and one that uses it wrong, South Park Snow Day and Battle Hunter are all I need for this video. Your suggestions could help with the next one. So let's move on. First is Battle Hunter. Now I do not regret playing this game, and I have no hard feelings for the young guy who gave it to me. But I can understand why he stopped playing it. This game is too random. As you can see, it's an anime-inspired board game style turn-based game. Now this isn't the problem. The problem was that everything was done by a roll of the dice. The digital dice. Want to move spaces? Gotta roll the dice. Want to attack? Gotta roll the dice. And that may not seem so bad until you realize that the dice can land on 1 or 6 or everything in between. So randomly you could have move 1 space, 1 turn, or 6 spaces the next. Your attack is also affected. It could be powerful 1 turn, weak the next. Then there are the other random things that happen in the game. I was playing a mission where you had to get to a guy who had important info before the bad guys got to him. The first time I tried it, I failed miserably because he spawned closer to where the bad guys were than where my guy was. The next time I tried, I won because he spawned closer to my guy. That random win reminds me of when fake Gustav's forces failed to retreat randomly in Saga of Ender 2. Ooh, that's a game I could talk about someday. Anyway, then there's South Park Snow Day. The game seems like a normal hack and slash game starring the South Park characters, but then we get to the card system. You and the opposing team have cards. Cards you can use to get new attacks and abilities, and the most powerful ones are called bullcrap cards. I don't cuss, so I don't use that word. These cards can give each person playing a super move. Angry Joe, like the eye lasers. And as a Superman fan, I can understand that. There's also the giant card that makes your character bigger and causes damage by running into people and doing shockwaves after a jump. So the players can cause randomness in the game, and so can the enemies. They have their own bullcrap cards, like the vampire one, that's like their version of the bleeding effect, or the pool noodle melee weapon one. There's also the passive cards, like the cold aura one. If that one is played, enemies will have a blue glow, and if your character stays too close to them, they will start to freeze and take damage. Randomness in the cards can change the difficulty in a fight, but it doesn't feel as unfair as Battle Hunter. And the randomness in South Park Snow Day goes beyond the cards. There is some randomness during missions too. During Angry Joe and Friends playthrough, the test of strength portion of the game story was different than that's the same part for H2O Delirious, Cartoons, Dead Squirrel, and Kyle's playthrough. Angry Joe and Friends had to steal sexy magazines from the sixth graders and run away from the death plow. H2O Delirious, Cartoons, Squirrel, and Kyle had to light bonfires while fighting enemies while climbing a scaffold of a building. Then there was the Uncle Jimbo quests. There were 3 of them, but each one could be different and in different orders. Uncle Jimbo will ask for Taylor Swift's CDs, Butter's family sports drink, Chim Pokemon cards, lavender dryer seats, and a barrel of NFTs. The choice is random, and so is the order he asks them in. Angry Joe and the friends were laughing when he asked for the NFTs. That was the last thing Jimbo asked for. Angry Joe and Friends never heard the second part of the NFT joke, but Delirious, Cartoons, Squirrel, and Kyle did, because that was only the second thing he asked for in their playthrough. You see, randomness in games can be good when it's used right. It can make games more fun and surprising if it's done right, and it can make games less fun and way more annoying if it's done wrong. I hope people make more games like South Park Snow Day, and less like Battle Hunter. See you guys next time. Check me out on YouTube and DeviantArt.